This is 7National News. Here are the headlines. Ruler of Dubai opens Global Energy Forum. International community to combat maritime piracy. And death toll in the US rises to 39. And in our top story, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE, ruler of Dubai, led dignitaries, world energy leaders and international delegates at the opening of the first ever Global Energy Forum in Dubai. The three-day event will discuss efforts of various countries from across the globe that aim to address the challenge of procuring energy through sustainable and renewable sources. World-renowned energy experts marked the opening with recommendations which, according to them, will positively affect different sectors such as health, safety and the economy. And while Dubai and the UAE's ongoing efforts to explore alternative energy sources, such as natural gas and nuclear, are lauded, experts advised caution to prevent the possible repeat of Chernobyl and Fukushima. In addition, environmentalists expressed their concerns and are hoping for better options as well as more actionable resolutions.
What I would like to see my country do is really lead the way for the region and the world, for that matter, in investing in renewable energy. And investing in renewable energy, we looking at what we really have and what fits our scenario, rather than import it from another place or another country. It may fit somewhere else, but it may not fit us. For us, renewable energy, the best, in my humble opinion, is to pull it from the solar. We have abundance of it, the whole region, but we really need to invest to harness it and harvest it.
From my perspective, it would be, really pushing harder and harder and harder on the renewable energies. And as you've heard before, there is one source which is just, without an end, and that's the solar power. You have the sun the whole year. It's just size and a matter of will and political investment into it.
Now, an international gathering in Dubai aims to address the growing challenge of maritime piracy. Delegates from across the globe will convene for 2 days to collaborate and achieve a unified form of actions and policies that will see the end of piracy in international waters, particularly led by pirates from Somalia. Various authorities expressed their support and efforts in the eradication of this threat, affecting trade and security worldwide. Khadija Saleh has this report.
Top government officials and shipping industry leaders from 50 countries convened in Dubai to address the global challenge of maritime piracy, which was highlighted by the most recent murder of 4 Americans and numerous incidents in recent years over the waters of Somalia. In an aim to fuel efforts that will see the eradication of this global threat, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, UAE's Minister of Foreign Affairs, spearheaded the event and addressed the crowd on the first day, a move the Somali people and its government appreciates.
The international community is a wake-up call to come here and see what is going on in the sea where they are trading. It is where the pirates are become street, not in region or district or country, but it becomes globally. So international community and international sea traders, they see it's time to come and discuss and make up a decision.
The UAE has played a vital role in resolving certain incidents in the past and expressed continued efforts and support through its strategic location and resources.
I think it's being an initiative from UAE Ministry of Foreign Affairs with the organizing of DB World is good to understand what is the problem, how far the problem is gone, and how far the UAE could help. The matter is becoming international.
The piracy, which has now spiraled out of control, first began as an action of defense by Somali fishermen against fish trawlers, according to authorities. However, certain groups saw the quick financial benefits of such action and turned it into what is now a global challenge. They stressed that addressing it from the root is vital.
If they supported the local, the things will be improved in terms of livelihood, project developments like building roads, hospitals, wells, education, ports, jet ports, fisher community. That will help the people to improve to their lives and security.
Somali officials say the eradication of piracy relies heavily on the cooperation between international communities and the implementation of development programs in Somalia, a measure many countries support.
It's important to have a legal procedure to stop this. But we think in Saudi Arabia, the most important thing is to have the stability and security in Somalia and the strong government. When we have this, all these problems and the crimes will be over.
And my country is supporting what's everybody is doing now, and we are supporting what the UN and the regional countries are saying.
While everyone hopes to find a unified long-term solution to this global concern, the UAE and the United Nations will hold a fundraising session for the UN's Trust Fund during the two-day event in support of initiatives countering piracy off the coast of Somalia. UAE Foreign Ministry officials also revealed that the UAE will make a significant contribution to the fund as a seal of its commitment to combat piracy. Khadija Sali, 7National News.
And to talk more about the issue of piracy, we're now joined by Reinhard Berengy, the Managing Director for Dubai-based company Global Maritime Security Solutions, LLC. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
So what exactly are the main causes of piracy then?
I think it started initially as a very loyal concept of the Somali guys protecting their own waters against overfishing, etc., protecting against toxic waste dumping. Unfortunately, it has spanned out into a hugely well-organized criminal syndicate. The main motivation is money. These guys are making millions in a year, where you've got a country where an average yearly income is $600. They're suddenly earning $300,000 and $400,000 in a year. So, you know, the main motivation would ultimately be the money involved and the rewards that they get from taking ships successfully.
All based around greed. So the UAE has donated $1.4 million towards the counter-piracy fund. What else needs to be done, and what can that money be used for, do you think?
Well, it's great that they've donated this money. I think a lot of more countries have to come sit around the table. We need a lot more money coming into contributions into the Somali area in order to create self-provision government structures and employment for these guys locally. So, yeah, brilliant step in the right direction, but a lot more needs to be done.
Definitely a step in the right direction. So the counter-piracy conference started in Dubai today. What do you think, what are the main issues that need to be addressed there, do you think?
Well, I think firstly, you know, we've got to look at solving the crisis ashore in Somalia. Secondly is a lot of guys, we're a security company providing security at sea, we do risk consultation, etc. But a lot of the problems that we experience is that mariners or the seafarers are ignorant towards advice given. They've got an attitude of this won't happen to us, and the reality is it can happen to you, you're lucky if it doesn't. A very small percentage of vessels get successfully hijacked. Yes, that is the case, but we've got to create the mindset, and governments and ship owners and operators have to create the mindset with crews to start adhering to recommendations that, you know, these guys pay millions in consultations and you've got crews not conforming to. And they really have to sort of change the mindset and be prepared and be well prepared in the event of an attack.
So everyone's got to watch their back. Well,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming in today and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thanks for having me.
And the Minister of Economy, His Excellency Al Mansouri, set off on a 4-day official visit to Australia today to discuss bilateral trade and investments. The Minister is leading a high-level delegation to hold talks with senior government officials, businessmen and investors. He described the visit as a major step forward to furthering economic trade and investment relations between the two countries. He added that the UAE has a master plan to expand the country's economic relations to all corners of the world. Some of the Australian officials the minister will meet include delegates from the Ministry for Resources and Energy, Tourism and Industry and Investment, Transport and Climate Change. Bilateral trade has already grown by 37% to reach 7 billion dirhams between 2004 and 2009. It's day 2 of Cityscape and Abu Dhabi's Department of Economic Development and the Abu Dhabi Council for Economic Development highlighted today the Emirates' commitment to regulate the Emirates' real estate market. The two government departments said that regulations must be made through government entities to prepare new laws relating to issues such as financing, sale on the map, real estate brokerages and land registration. They say that the current priorities for the market are more organisational reforms for stability and increased investments. Additionally, both parties expressed their concern over more updated data and statistics to allow all areas easy access to the real estate market for assessment on its current and future needs. Abu Dhabi's Department of Tourism has announced the introduction of its master plan to develop the transportation and road sectors in the Emirate. The plan aims to enhance mobility and to deliver a safe and environmentally responsible transportation infrastructure for material goods. This will include transportation solutions across the maritime, aviation, public transport and highway sectors. The DOT will adopt a set of policies to develop infrastructure in the Emirate as a part of its 2030 vision, both in the long and short terms. Mohammed Nasser Al-Otaiba, the freight director for the department, says the DOT has ensured that the plan is properly financed to connect all 7 Emirates in the UAE following the best international standards. And Dubai Customs at the Cargo Village has foiled a motorcycle drug operation, seizing 3 kilograms of opium. The narcotics were stuffed inside a motorcycle seat as a part of a postal parcel from an African country, which was headed to Asia through Dubai. A customs inspector suspected the parcel while carrying out a routine inspection, and an X-ray image detected an unusual lump in the bike seat. The parcel was then transferred to the General Department of Anti-Narcotics at Dubai Police. This comes after 5,000 kilograms of illegal narcotics were destroyed at the weekend by the unit, which has been held as evidence over the past 5 years. And looking abroad now, the death toll from 3 days of severe storms and tornadoes in the southern United States has now risen to at least 39 people, according to officials. North Carolina accounted for the bulk of casualties and property losses, with 22 people killed and more than 80 others injured. Significant damage was reported in at least 15 counties, and power cuts fell across more than 200,000 people. Statewide high winds destroyed 60 houses and damaged 400 others, according to officials from the North Carolina Division of Emergency Management. 7 people died as a result of storms in Alabama, 7 died in Arkansas, and 1 died in Mississippi. 2 people were also killed in Oklahoma when a tornado flattened buildings. The storm is the deadliest in the US since February 2008, when 57 people died from tornadoes in the South and Ohio Valley. And up next, Linda Berenger has today's business news, so stay with us.